outside is frightful, but tonight will be so delightful. You no longer have to anticipate. Episode 8, Episode 8, Episode 8. Welcome, everybody, to McHenry County Stronger Together, Episode 8, 2 full months of the best web show on the planet. My name is Jim Wydilla from Cinemation and Modern Day Romeos, and we have a fantastic show for you tonight. Census. It's census time. You've heard it all over. There's census cowboys and dreadhead cowboys spreading the word about the census. We're going to talk all about it. We're doing every other week right now because Jackie, Alberto, and I are crazy busy with the summer. We're looking for people. We're looking for help to help build the show and keep it growing and do some amazing things with it. So if you're interested, please comment below or message us in this Facebook page, and we will take it from there. In the meantime, I have a co-chair of the Census Committee with us today. Let's jump right into the Zoom room. Let's go. All right, we're ready to go. Very happy to have Michael Vijuk with me. He is the District 1 County Board member, but he's also the co-chair for the Census Committee. So first of all, before we even get started anywhere, it's your birthday today, so I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Do you have any birthday plans?
My spouse and I were going to be going out for a luncheon and just enjoying the day as best as we can. That's
fantastic. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
So what is a Census Committee? This is for McHenry County. What's the purpose of a Census Committee and what's the objective?
The Census Committee is local and potentially regional groups that are formed together to help the United States Census collect information and to get the word out. We are not the actual people collecting the information, but we're there to try to promote people to be volunteering to do the census. And so it's made up in McHenry County. We have a group of people, about 15 to 20 people who have volunteered their time. And what we do is we try to figure out ways in which people would be interested to write out their census, either do it by phone or by internet, or actually fill out the form itself.
And what's that information used for? Do you think some people have hesitancy? Are they gonna share my information and spam it, or what is that information for?
All right. Under the law, Constitution says Article 1, Section 2, we won't get into subsections, but basically the census is a constitutional requirement that we do every 10 years. So we do that. Now, given that being the case, the purpose of the census is a number of things. One, what we try to do is to determine the number of representatives that each state will receive based on the number of people that are in the state at the time of April 1st, 2020. So that's the most critical aspect of it. The next critical aspect of it is then we start determining the representatives for the House of Representatives for the state of Illinois. And it also determines then municipalities and the county representatives. So we have that governmental side of the equation. Now let's bring it over to the economic side of the equation. In 2016, the state of Illinois received over $34 billion from the government, the federal government, to use different kinds of programs. We do it for social programs. We do it for education. We do it for road construction, for transportation, for medical reasons. So what happens here is the government allocates a certain amount of money based on population. So it's important to be able to tell the federal government how many people that we have. It's also used by businesses. Businesses sit down and say, oh, what's the trend? Where are people moving to? Are they moving to McHenry County? Are they moving to Kane County? Where do I establish my business? What is the group of ages? Let's suppose that I wanted to open up a child care center. Would it be a good idea to open up my child care center near Route 47 in Huntley, near the Dale Webb's community, which is 55 and over.
Right.
Probably. So that would be a waste of time. Would it be better if I moved it to Woodstock, or would I move it to Harvard? And so we start seeing trends and we're able to analyze it a little bit easier. Now, you asked a really good question, and that's called the myths of the US Census. The US Census by law cannot give government agencies or law enforcement personal data.
Okay.
It just can't do it. So people generally will sit down and be afraid that, oh, my personal information will be given out. Eventually, 72 years after 2020, information from the census, I think, is sent to the U.S. Archives. And they, in turn, then produce documents, and we can do family tree, genealogical studies.
Sure.
So, given that it was my birthday today, I will not be living unless the miracle of medical science keeps me going beyond the age of, well, we won't go there. Beyond that age. And so I won't really matter if information is passed out. So, as such, then what happens here is that's one of the myths and that's a good myth. Another is, well, I distrust the United States government. Well, there's nothing I can do about that except say that your information is secured. The people that come who are asking the questions, the people who are tabulating the questions, are sworn not to give out that information for their life. So it's just not going to happen there. I think what happens here is that people go, well, it's in English, and I don't understand English well. The census has, I think, 12 languages, and it has 60 languages in print to help people be able to do that. So the information can be a guide, and I would strongly recommend, while there's a number of places you can go, there's a phone number that you can contact the census if you have questions, and they're open for an ungodly amount of hours. But the idea here is go to your public library, and they will help you in this process.
That's great. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yes, and if it takes a long time, for me, it took me about 5 minutes off the internet.
Yeah.
The census says, well, it might take 10 minutes, but it's very short. It's very short. It's extremely easy to do.
Yeah, I got a letter in the mail a few months ago, actually. It's been a long time now. And I went on and did it, and it took me like 5 minutes to do. So you think it would just be something easy that everyone would do. But there's some towns, I'm from Marengo, and I heard that Marengo's numbers aren't exactly up to par with the rest of the towns. How do we encourage? So I've been hearing commercials, I've been hearing radio commercials. There's so much push behind this. So what do you think it is? Do you think it's just the fact that people think it takes too long? Do you think it's lack of education or information as far as like how to go about doing it? I mean, they're literally getting a letter in the mail saying, here's how you do it. But apparently that's not enough. So what are some of for the Census Committee, what are some of those ways that you're trying to approach it differently to get more people aware and involved?
Okay. To help you, let me just give you a quick success story. The success story is that McHenry County is rated number 22 in the nation for responses. We are remarkable. We beat.
That's amazing.
Not only that, but we are number 2 in the state. There's one on the southeast portion of the state that's leading us. But we have exceeded what we did in 2010. And I congratulate the committee members who
That's awesome.
done doing that. And Elisa Schuler, who is the county administrative assistant for her diligence in doing the work. She's a remarkable woman in working for this. Now, given that we have I think the last count was 78.3% response rate, huge response rate. What we find is that there are some that have exceeded 78. Trout Valley is the highest in our area. Lake in the Hill, Algonquin, Spring Grove, Oakwood Hills. We're looking at towns that are over 80%. villages that are doing it. Some of the ones that have fallen back or are not up to the 70 percentile, and we're going to focus on the city of Harvard. We're going to focus on the village of Fox Lake. We're going to focus on village of Lakemore. What we find is statistically 5% less in rural areas compared to urban areas.
Okay.
So how do we get the information out to individuals? We've done it a number of ways. We've sent out postcards, we place it in newspapers, we get on radio, whether it's a multi-language radio station. And so we're using billboards to be able to reach individuals. We have representatives that are speaking from the religious community. We have people speaking from the libraries, from the townships. We have a vast network. United Way, a tremendous partner in our endeavor. And so what we found is, as you have said, you've seen all these commercials. Well, this week is a big push to have people fill out their form. And unfortunately, some people don't. They just simply say, oh, piece of paper, I toss it aside.
Yeah.
I remember what I did with that. And so we're trying to tell them, you can go back on the internet, you can get back on the phone and just contact them, and you can do it by the phone or by the internet. And it's relatively easy. You go to 2020census.gov. And so in doing so, that's really what we need to do. It would be great if we could have parades and group meetings and areas that we can congregate people. But as most of the community knows, we have COVID-19.
Sure.
And because of that, that has reduced and really shrunk the method that we can do. So not everybody in Harvard may have internet connections. So we have to find other possible ways in which to do it. Maybe a direct mailing. We try direct mailing. We try to do a census tract to see, okay, what specific areas that we're going to do. Marengo's not as bad. You know, they're not in a low area, but we would like to have everybody participate.
Sure.
And the more we participate, the more programs that we can afford. Because, as you know, companies that are closed for COVID-19 to protect their employees are not being able to generate, people are not buying things as much, so they're not generating the income, and they're a critical group that donate to social programs. And if they choose or they can't donate to social programs, then it falls on either individuals or the government. And so we need people to fill out that census. I think I have a mantra of 3 things that I think all citizens should do. 1, vote. Critical. 2, serve on a jury. And 3, fill out the census once every 10 years. Now, some people may talk to you and say, I already filled out the census, but it isn't the 8 or 9 questions. It was more detailed. That's called the American Community Survey. And that census is done, there is 1 out of 38 households that do it every year. So some people, I have not received it, but some people get that and they get confused because they think, didn't I do this already? Well, no, it's a different census.
Good to know. I didn't know that.
You're welcome.
That's great. Well, this is all great information. So basically what you're asking everybody in McHenry County is to give 5 seconds every 10 years to help out our state.
5 minutes. 5 minutes, not 5
I'm sorry, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to help out our state.
Of your time. Yes.
Every decade. I think we can handle that.
To eat a hamburger.
All right. So it is 9 questions. It takes 5 minutes or less. I'm going to do a rapid fire just to see. I know that, you're professional here. So these are just going to be short answer questions, rapid fire. See how you do with this. See if we can do this in under 5 minutes. Are you ready? 1, have you filed your census yet?
Absolutely.
What town do you live in?
I live in the town of Cary, where the women are strong and are handsome. Children will well be.
Obviously. 3, what's the favorite part of your job in the Census Committee? What fulfillment do you get being in the Census Committee?
I get the fulfillment of watching people who care about their neighbors. They're a group of people that really are focused on helping people be the best they can be in McHenry.
Love it. What is the deadline for the census?
The deadline for the self-response will be October 31st of this year.
But don't wait till then. It's 5 minutes. Go get it done.
Yes, there will be people when you don't fill out the census that will be knocking on your door. They're identified as U.S. Census takers. They have a badge. They will identify themselves as that, and they will try to knock on your door. And if you don't answer, the census has a statistical programs to try to figure out how many people there are.
But I think there's better ways to spend money than
Absolutely, better way to spend your time.
Yeah. What was your worst job?
My worst job was a pet department manager or worker in that department to take care of pets that they were trying to sell, parakeets.
Cleaning all the cages and everything?
Yeah, tanks, things of this nature.
What is your favorite place that you've traveled to?
There's so many. Outside the country, London, England. In the country, I'm a frequent guest of Door County, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Door County's awesome. What's a great show that you can recommend on Netflix?
I don't watch Netflix, so I can't.
You don't watch Netflix?
I don't watch Netflix. A favorite show of mine currently is the reruns of The Big Bang Theory, and
That's a great show.
don't get any kickback from them, nor the old show or the current show of MSNBC, Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, good choices. Number 8, is a hot dog a sandwich?
It is.
It is. I agree with you. This is great.
It's a handheld.
It is a handheld sandwich. A roast beef sandwich is the same form. It's just a handheld sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm glad we agree on this.
Thank
and
you.
number 9.
If you didn't agree with me, I would have to cut off.
We just pull the plug. And final question. I don't know if you've seen on the news, there's a census cowboy and a dreadhead cowboy they're riding a horse around downtown Chicago as an advocate for the census to try and get people to do that. Would you be a McHenry County cowboy and to places like Harvard, Fox Lake, and Lakemore? Would you ride a horse to up the census numbers, or would you consider it?
That kind of image would not be good for children and older adults.
The chaps, none of that is probably going to help the situation. I get it.
No, I don't want to try to do fear factors.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us. Michael Vijuk, happy birthday. Good luck on this conquest. We're an advocate of this. It is really important. It takes minimal commitment, and it really does help our state and help our situation on many different fronts. So thank you for taking the time for joining McHenry County Stronger Together, and have a great birthday.
Thank you. Good luck to you and your staff, and I wish everyone well.
Thank you.
Since for the summer, we're doing every other week, we missed 4th of July, celebrating it last week. So I made a post on Facebook asking to show me your pictures of how you were celebrating the 4th of July. There was an overwhelming response, a lot of fantastic pictures. I can't wait to show you. So to the music of Firework by Josie Treffy from Serendipity, here is, well, you.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screens, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. that you hold. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe your reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will grow, and when it's time, you know, you've just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go you're gonna leave 'em falling down. Boom, boom, boom. Even better than the moon. It's always been inside of you. And now it's time to let it bloom. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go high as you shoot across the sky.
Here is a video clip sent to us from McHenry County called Imask Because McHenry County. This is really cool, really well put together, and it features a lot of people, leaders, and business owners in McHenry County. Check it out. I'm so excited. This next performance is by an amazing woman named Gina Gonzalez. I've been friends with her for a long time. She's toured the world with Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band, and now she has Gina Gonzalez and the Wingmen. She does live streams all the time. She's one of the most amazing vocalists I've ever heard. I'm in love with her. I promise you will be in love with her too. This is Gina Gonzalez. Enjoy.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Oh, don't you worry, sing it, don't worry about a thing. Singing every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. The three little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Singing, every little thing gonna be alright. Child, don't you worry. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. No, don't worry about a thing now, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. I rise up this morning, I smile with the rising sun. Oh, but three little birds, they'll pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of a melody pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. I'm singing, every little thing gonna be alright. Child, don't you worry. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. No, don't worry about a thing now, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Child, don't you worry. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. I'm singing, every little thing gonna be alright. Child, don't you worry. I'm singing, don't worry about a thing. No, don't worry about a thing now, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Oh.
That's it. Thank you for tuning in once again to McHenry County Stronger Together, episode 8. We appreciate it so much. We will see you in 2 weeks, Wednesday, July 29th. In the meantime, if you want to be a part of our team, we are trying to grow. We are trying to grow content and quality and everything else. So message us, share this video. We hit 1,000 likes because of you. Thank you. This was so much fun. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great week, everyone.